Welcome back, everybody. This is Grace once again. We are going to be doing some bleed shenanigans once again, as we did in our video quite recently. We are going to be using a Xalkos Thrax Athame, some Quickcast earth effects to get some bleed, but we're going to be doing it with a little more planning now than we had before. What we're going to do, we are going to start, and it doesn't really matter what armor you're in a real monster fight, you might want to be a necromancer for some potence. You might want to equip your bleed potence pet. There's 3 of them. There's a water one. I've got this dark one. There's a light one, scarab. The water one is the shark. Regardless, not important. You might want to have some potence out. Doesn't really matter against combat practice trainer. First thing you're going to do is Rubicon Legate helmet. Now, we're going to use Spore Storm, and as I showed yesterday, it's a quick cast spell. Because this is hit count scaled, it works on quick cast effects. So now you have a bleed. The thing is, this will only do 4 hits a turn if you keep it equipped. So you have to do is unequip it, re-equip it. That resets the hit count. Now, we also want Xalkos Thrax Athame. This is also a hit count scaled bleed. Works the same way. If you want to get the bleed on both earth spells, you have to unequip it and re-equip it. So, we're going to cast the first one. Boom. We're up to a big bleed. Equip a different weapon, equip this. Equip a different weapon, equip this. Now we do Knife to Meet You. And boom. Big bleed. So 2.5 power. Here is where we change it up a little bit from yesterday. Basically, what I want to do is I want to be able to eat all the bleed I need for Rubicon, but also have bleed left over to heal my mana. Now, how are we going to heal our mana with bleed? Well, of course, we're going to use Necromancer's Grasp Essence Unravel Blood. It eats bleed and heals your MP. Pretty great effect. But before we do that, we are going to build up a little more bleed. And the way we're going to do that is by using Rubicon Legate. We are going to eat the bleed, but we're going to eat the bleed with a weapon that inflicts a lot of bleed. Okay, so this Netherbane, it inflicts a lot of bleed per hit. I don't really know how much. Rubicon Legate, the weapon also inflicts a lot of bleed. We are going to use Lovestruck Scope again. There we go. And now we're going to use Rubicon Legate. We can also imbue. Now, the only thing I have to figure out, do I want to imbue with this Misk? Or do I want to imbue with Gingerbrute Enforcer? I think it's going to be this, but I'm going to double check the info subs real quick because I forgot to do that. Okay, according to my calculations, Frosty Ginger, or the Gingerbrute jar that has the click to do a bunch of bleed, a little bit. Wait a minute, hold on. Ah, okay, now I remember why I wanted to do this. You can actually do it so they'll both happen. I'm pretty sure I can just use that ability and it'll go off at the end of the turn. Now, I can use Rubicon Legate, and now I can use this ability, and we're going to inflict a lot more bleed. We're starting at 2.2, we're ending at like 3.2, and then we end down, we eat a lot of it, we go down to 2.9. So the only thing I can't tell if Gingerbrute actually went off. I don't think it did. I'll do a test for that later, and I'll show you guys, but I don't think Gingerbrute actually went off, which is fine. We didn't really need it. But we have 40 dogs now. Now what we're going to do is... Where is it? Dude, where's my, my pet? Did I not buy the pet? Oh, I didn't buy the pet to eat it with. Okay, well... Now what you're supposed to do is use the pet and the guests to eat it, and that'll give you 17 or 18 stacks. So that'll get you up to like 57, 58 stacks. And the reason it's 17 or 18 is because the guests' stacks it can give you from eating bleed depends on it depends on how much charisma you have trained and whether it ferocious strikes or not. It's a little needlessly complicated, but basically, what we did this time that's different from what we did yesterday is we did a ton of bleed. We also used our weapon-based effects to do. which allows us to now eat the bleed with a spell. So here we're going to use Grasp, and I haven't even put on any of these buffs. Hold on. Anima Attunement, Spellcaster, Grasp Essence, Unravel Blood, and I don't actually need to use this helmet, but to be honest, I can't be bothered. So now the idea is we use the Unravel Blood, we do a boatload of damage, we full heal our MV bar. Now, that's Combat Practice Trainer, so that's not as meaningful if we one-shot Combat Practice Trainer. But that was like 800% melee and bleed, so that's a big-ass damage boost for your mana Bleed Eater. I'm gonna do it another time, and we're gonna see how high resources we can get against a boss monster like Queen Rachel. So be right back. Actually, I'm gonna do one thing before that, which is testing the Gingerbread Jar, and I'll just tell you if it works or not. Okay, so with just the Rubicon Helmet Imbue, we got 0.467. Let's see what we get with the jar and the Imbue. Okay, so I didn't show using the jar, but believe me, I used the jar and the Imbue. Let's attack this time. If we get 0.467, then we know the jar doesn't work. So we know the jar doesn't work, which is a bummer because I spent the resources and I didn't get anything, but so we know that you can't stack the jar and the misc. But if you do it the other way, if you do this for the Imbue and then you go Gingerbread, let's see what happens now. We should get more than 0.467. I think it's going to be about 1 power, so about 0.6. Oh no, 1.8. Wow, that's really good. So we got a lot more bleed. So if you use the helmet and then the jar, or if you use the helmet and then the jar, you can get more bleed out of that. But anyways, we're done here. We are going to go do this against the boss and see if we can get these same crazy numbers against a boss monster. Let's go see. Alright, so here we are against Queen Rachel, turn 1. Now I kind of forget exactly how we do it. I think we're going to go in Spell Slingers. We are going to get our potency set up. And then, but first actually, I don't need to use that. Actually, yeah, I can. Why not? So we're going to use the new Albara Tome. This is just a way to quick cast, boost your intellect. Boom. Which I think is wicked. Hella wicked. It's basically like better arcane amplification, and it's only an era gift box. My favorite recommendation of everything for mages, probably this item now. Anyways, what we're gonna do is we are gonna go. Doesn't actually matter, but first we'll do the Rubicon Legate Helmet. Then we'll turn on the Grievous Leaf, even though it won't do anything, just for placebo, because Grievous Leaf only activates if you cast the spell and it ends your turn. This isn't going to end my turn. Okay, so we get that. Now we unequip the misc. Re-equip the misc. I'm going to unequip the weapon too. You don't really need to, I just try to do it right on the first try. Then we use our first quick cast Earth spell. Boom, power 1.207. Now we unequip the misc, re-equip the misc, unequip the weapon, re-equip the weapon, second quick cast Earth spell. Awesome. Now, unequip the misc. I think we're going Netherbane. Oh no, first we go Lovestruck for celerity. Down to power 2.28. Yep, there we go. Now we go Rubicon Legate. Gonna Essence Orb up just a little. First we're gonna use the Imbue. Then we're gonna use this. And we use Rubicon March. Now we should get 40 stacks and still have about power 2 bleed. Okay, I kind of forgot his guy was immune to light. So I don't think my weapon inflicted any bleed. Yeah, maybe we did do bleed. I don't know. Okay, well I'm not gonna worry about it. we are going to go to a light armor. And we're going to inflict more bleed. Because, who cares? Why not? The way we're going to do that, again, now we can't imbue. Okay, can we use this? We can. Wicked. Now, Rubicon Legionnaire Echo. Boom, prepares to eat. And Rubicon Legionnaire. Boom, prepares to eat. So now, if we have enough bleed, we should be able to just get a full 17 stacks. Let's see, power 2.1. Oh yeah, we definitely have enough. $57 stacks, exactly as predicted. So now we have 57 stacks. We're a little low on resources, but can we love struck? I don't think we can. That doesn't even matter. But we can go right to Spellslinger. Go right to our random intellect boosting. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to keep one of these pets and guests out. So I'm going to keep the guest out while I switch to Polala pet, because the guest will give me the damage reduction. So I still have a lot of damage reduction for my stacks. And now, let's see, I think I want to use... I still use Love Struck Scope. I mean, it boosts damage. Doesn't really matter. Now, I should be able to just heal all of the mana. Yep. Boom. Full heal of mana. We're going to be a little low HP. So it might actually be wiser, to be honest. It might be wiser to use a healing spell like Sharkicane, which eats bleed for healing, or Vector, that one package weapon, which is wind and for warriors, to eat the bleed for healing, and then use this. But I think both would work great. I'm not too worried about it. But anyways, that's the bleed showcase set up on a boss. The way this is better than the other one I showed is because you're getting all the bleed, first of all, in like an optimized, known way, so you know exactly how much bleed you're getting, and second off, you're only eating it for one turn, which means you can end the second turn in any armor. So it happened to be that Rubicon Legate is light and Sunray is light, but that won't always be the case. So my first turn on Celerity, I used a skill. My second turn, I can go to whatever defensive armor I need. Let's say it's an Earth monster. I can go to Werewolf, I can set up my Earth defense, and I'll be fully protected from the monster, while my pet and guest eat the bleed and get me to almost max stacked, 57. So that's why this is a lot better than the method from earlier, and I'm super excited to continue abusing this until it maybe gets nerfed. We'll see. But anyways, I hope this was well explained. I hope you could tell what was going on. I know I said that I was going to do melee and ranged methods. I am going to do melee and ranged methods, but those will probably be tomorrow. I've also been playing in a roguelike called The King is Watching. I might make a couple videos on that. You don't have to watch them, but if you're interested, feel free. It's a great game. Highly recommend it. $15 USD. But yeah, that's me signing off. Very strong setup. Necromancer really brings it together with the mana heal. There's definitely ways to do it if you don't want to use Necromancer, and if you don't want to spend all that MP on Quickcast effects. But it's really, really strong, so I highly recommend it. With that being said, I'll see you later. Spread some peace and love. Bye-bye.